Good morning. Back again. It's good to see you, my friends. All right. It is Web3 Wednesday. Bitcoin is doing exactly what we said it would do. On Monday's stream, we said it would hit 64K. And right now, it is sitting at 64,400. So, pretty much right on point at our projection. As a matter of fact, as we were ending the last stream, I think it hit 64K within like a minute or two after we stopped the stream. So our tools are accurate and should really give them a try. We want to squeeze a little bit more profit out of your trades. Now today we have quite a bit of news. We've had a few developments over the last 48 hours. We're gonna break some of it down. We have a little news about SpaceX, Capex, ScamX, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to dig into this whole Tether situation where, if I'm not mistaken, the EU is aggressively going after Tether, I think they're trying to replace it with their own. So there's that. We also have an update on the hack that occurred earlier last week. Hold on, let's I make sure you guys see me. There we go. All right. So we have an update on minimize so you guys can see the chart. We were doing some experimenting on a live stream last night, so my setup probably looks a little different than normal. We're trying to focus on bringing people into the stream, making sure that everything was set up the way that we want it, and I think we got it. And we may do a stream this evening after we finish this one, of course. We may do a stream where we cover events, and yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. So if you can, we're gonna need you to hop in. We're gonna need you to hop in on those streams, and we really would appreciate it. Look at Bitcoin taking a little spike right now. It's good to see. I think that's a healthy spike, so good to see. Now, today we're mainly going to focus on news and prep, getting you guys ready for new trading season that's about to be upon us. Trading season for me is going to start around September, October. You're positioning yourself for the next run. November, we're in it. November, we're trying to lock in and then make some things happen. Okay, now let's see, where are we gonna go to first? Now, we do have a little bad news for Bitcoin, even though we're on a we're spiking. There are a lot of people, a lot of institutions that are putting their hand in the pot now. I mean, it's good for overall adoption, and that has been a goal for us for a long time. If you've been in this a long time like I have, adoption has been what we were looking for, what we've needed, and you know, I can't be mad at them. I think everybody's starting to see what it is, what it was, and there's no boogeyman like everyone was trying to tell you. Oh, don't buy crypto. This is gonna happen. That is gonna happen. Well, these things are gonna happen if you're not careful. If you don't do your due diligence, DYOR, if you don't do your own research, then yeah, bad things are gonna happen. I mean, it's a fast-moving market, largely unregulated, and there are bad people out there just looking to take advantage of you. Now, what we're gonna do over here is we're gonna teach you how to protect yourself, how to protect your money, right? That'll be our main goal. Show you how to protect yourself and make sure that you stick to it. Teach you how to protect yourself. Alright, that's me. That's me making sure that you guys are getting the proper audio, because on the last stream we got it twisted. The audio was horrible. It wasn't clear at all. So today, I think we're on track. And everything sounds good. And I hope you get something out of it. Now, we may audit a couple of tokens like we did on the last stream. Now, if if any of this helps you, then definitely reach out to us and let us know. Jump in the comments to give us some feedback. And yeah, man, share how this extra knowledge has helped you not sustain a loss, or how this extra insight has helped you gain. Good or bad, we want to know, we want to hear. We need feedback to hone in our show, to hone in our process. Like I said, we're here to make this work for everyone. So definitely join us every day on our live streams. And we definitely appreciate you. And look forward to having you come in on the next one. Now, Now here's an interesting article that some of you might find is troubling if you're up to speed with Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. Everyone is aware that well, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of people that are plugged in like me are aware that the price of Bitcoin took a serious hit a few weeks ago, and the reasoning behind it was, well, Michael Saylor promises people profits, and at the end of the day, you have to be loyal to your investors, right? This is well known. You have to be loyal to your investors, so you're trying to secure their profits. profits are sitting there, and he chose to secure the profits for his people. Can't really be mad at it. But now I'm hearing that Michael Saylor is selling at a loss. Right? So that's what this article jumps into. Strategy hasn't bought Bitcoin in 6 weeks and just sold at a loss again. What does Saylor's new framework actually mean? Now, this is a great question. Great question. And I would love to know the answer also. What does this mean? What does this mean for the market moving forward? What does that mean in the immediate term? Because I'm pretty I was counting on prices not really stabilizing over the summer. But if one of the biggest Bitcoin holders is selling off now, when we consider this a low point, that's not a good sign for me. That's not a good sign. Michael Saylor selling off right now at a loss is alarming. So let's jump into this article real quick. In the latest Bitcoin news, Strategy MSTR sold 1,638 BTC for approximately 105 million last week, disclosed via an SEC filing dated August 3rd, 2026, marking the firm's third discrete Bitcoin proposal of 2026 and its 6th consecutive week without a purchase. Now, I don't know about you, but that bothers me. I'm really bothered by him not making a purchase in 6 weeks, because he's a real player in crypto, and he kind of sets trends. I'm pretty sure he was one of the companies that sold from when we were at like 110, 115, 115K. So yeah, this is troubling. The proceeds combined with 290 million raised through common stock issuance funded 81.2 million in STRC preferred stock repurchases and added 250 million of Strategy's USD reserve, pushing the figure to 4 billion. 4 billion. So Strategy is a real player. Can't take that away from him. It just is what it is. The tweet said that Strategy increased its USD reserve by 250 million and repurchased 81 million of STRC. This increased USD duration by 57 days to 2.3 years and tightened STRC's BTC credit by 5 basis points as of August 2nd, 2026. We hold 842,138 in our BTC reserve and 4 billion in our USD reserve. So the reason they're holding a USD reserve is so that they can come back in, push up the price. But I don't think they're going to I think they have a lower target. I mean, that's what that move would mean to me, for them to continue selling off now. It means that they have a lower target. They're thinking that the price will be much lower in, let's say, 6 weeks to a month. And I agree with them. I don't think we're on a bull run yet. So I think we really have to stay on your toes. And I would suggest that for everyone. Stay on your toes right now. We're not in a bull pattern right currently. I'll pull up the trading view charts in a little while just to show you that, you know, there's data behind what I'm saying. And if you've watched any of the earlier streams, then you're aware that we've been pretty accurate at calling these price ranges, where it'll break, where it'll jump. Yeah, we've been on it. So since we're on BTC, I'm gonna bring you over here to the chart. Let's expand it. And today we're bouncing off of this 64 moving average, and we're trending up, and I think we're going to continue to trend up for today. And remember, like I went over on the last video, once it goes outside of the zone, there's only one thing for it to do. It's going to come back down. Boom. So this is how you make your profit when you're swing trading. Outside of the zone, there's only one way for it to go. It always wants to be traded comfortably within this area. Now, boom, we go outside, you have to come back in. The deviation is just too great. Boom, bounce off of this moving average. Now, this isn't going to occur a lot. It will in a clear uptrend, but looking at the 1 minute chart isn't going to tell you the entire story. If you want to see the entire story, you're going to have to move over to 5 minute chart, the 1 hour chart, and then your 4 hour chart. Now on the 5 minute chart, you can see it. We're still in an upward trend. However, this seems to be where London and New York came online. Let's go. This seems to be where we're going to stop, which is 64.7 before we have any kind of pullback. So we're going to see what happens. That's probably going to happen today, if I'm not mistaken. Today, tomorrow at the latest. Let's go over to the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart is going to help you see exactly what's going on. On a 1 hour chart, we're in an uptrend, but we're nearing the top of that uptrend. Once we get here, expect a pullback, but for now we're still running. So the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 1 hour charts are all in agreement. For the next day or so, Bitcoin should continue to go up. Now here's a tweet. Here's a legendary tweet. When I say never sell your Bitcoin, I speak as one saver, one saver to another. I have never sold mine, not one Satoshi. Strategic is a public company, not my wallet. Since 2020, it has disclosed it may buy or sell BTC to manage capital. Our shared conviction in Bitcoin remains unchanged. All right, so Michael Saylor is just clearing up a few things. There seemed to be, he's still bullish on Bitcoin. I am too. It will be hard for me to not be bullish on BTC, but that's my perspective. Let me know what yours is. Jump in the comments. Let me know. All right, let's see if this one is right. Microsoft Copilot predicted the price of XRP by the end of 2026. Let's see what this prediction was, and let's see if it matches my prediction. I think if we drop the XRP wallet that we have built, I think that'll help the XRP's price spike just a bit. But I'm biased because we built it. Microsoft Copilot AI predicts a serious breakout for XRP, and this price prediction puts a real number behind it. By the end of 2026, XRP at 107 has a compelling bull case toward $5 to $8, which works out to be somewhere between 5 and 8 times the current price. The bull case rests on our 4 pillars landing together. ETF inflows have already exceeded 2 billion. US regulatory clarity is arriving through the Clarity Act. Yeah, we'll see. Ripple's Japan expansion is bringing in RL USD stablecoin into a new major market. Asset tokenization on the XRP ledger keeps expanding. Okay, they're making a case. I'm not going to say it's a great case, but at least they're making a case. Copilot combines those with supply contraction. Now, that's the main thing I'm worried about, supply contraction, right? We need to see some deflationary things at play. This is on chain. Go burn some tokens, fellas. Together they position XRP as a leading cross-border settlement token if the prices if the pieces actually converge. The bear case is direct about what breaks that thesis. Stalled regulation, competition from Ripple's own stablecoin. That could be it. Or macro tightening could cap XRP in the 85 cent to $1.50 range. And now I agree with that. XRP's valuation, and I'll pull that up in just a minute. But XRP's valuation is going to be a problem. Let's go over to coin market cap. And we're directly going to look at the top 10. So I come in here all the time and I just study this top 20. And yeah, I'm usually right about it. Not so happy that this one is in the top 20 now. Not so happy about that. However, let's deal with the problem at hand. We have XRP here at number 6. And valuation, their market cap is sitting at 66.6 billion. The 24-hour volume is $1 billion. That's not bad. Not bad at all. But in order for XRP to reach what was that, $8, that would mean the valuation of XRP would be nearly $1 trillion. And I'm not sure if XRP is ready for, I'm not sure if it's ready for that yet. Now, even if XRP reaches what, 300 billion, that's maybe like a 4x, a little bit less than a 5x from where it is now. Even if it reaches that valuation, listen, 300 billion is a lot of cash, man. Right now, Tether is sitting at 183 billion. Tether is the most prominent stablecoin that we have out here, and Tether is sitting at 183 billion. I'm not sure if that is going to fall because, like I said, the EU is on Tether right now. The EU has their foot on Tether's neck, and they're not trying to hear it. I think it's probably because they're trying to introduce their own stable currency, and that's what we kind of thought that 2026 and 2027 were going to be war of stable coins, because all the new finance guys have come into crypto and they're not interested in really launching you know, these complex projects where we build new tech, where we release new tech. They're more so interested in the stablecoin market and what's possible. And yeah, there's a lot possible with this market. I just don't think that right now we should be focusing so much of our attention on stablecoins. But that's my 2 cents. Now, in this top 20, unless you have a considerable amount of money, I don't think there are going to be tokens in this top 20 that'll really make you rich. Unless you're already rich. I mean, that may be it. Now, because like I said, XRP is already at 66 billion market cap. The amount of revenue that it will take for them to bypass USDC and BNB is gonna be mind blowing. Number one, one thing that they have going against them, and this is more so with USDC. There are a lot of incentives to holding USDC. For instance, Coinbase pays out small percentage points for just holding USDC in your wallet. You'll be rewarded with more USDC. This is, and the price doesn't change. Well, not since that collapse back with FTX, and that affected everyone. But other than that, USDC has been stable. The price has been dependable, such a watch by it. Now, one of XRP's problems, it's just not it doesn't have a program like that incentivizes holding. Yes, you could stake your XRP. Yes, you could put in liquidity pools. But what XRP really needs to overtake BNB in this market, they need developers who are building projects on XRPL on the blockchain. Once they have that, and the volume spikes on the amount of developers that they have coming in building out their projects, well, the valuation will spike. If they even got a quarter, not even a quarter, if they even got maybe 1 or 2% of the developers that are building on Smart Chain to come over to XRP and start building, then yeah, they could probably contend with BNB. And there's only like a $14 billion gap between BNB Smart Chain and XRP. Now, Solana, ugh. I'm not 100% against Solana. I'm 100% against the length that people normally hold tokens on Solana. Now that I do have a problem with, but other than that, you know, Solana's a decent asset. Hyperliquid has fallen. Hyperliquid's worth 14 billion right now. Price is down from where it was, but it's creeping back up. Dogecoin, the token I would never buy again, is sitting comfortably at 12 billion. I don't like Dogecoin because they can print more, which devalues the token. Not good in my book. That's counterproductive. Any token, one of the things I look for when I look for a blue chip to invest in is basic math, man. This is basic math. You look at the token supply. If the project can increase the supply, a lot of this tells you where it's going. Now, the fact that Dogecoin can just print more, that's a problem for me. I bought it back in the day when it was dirt cheap, way under a penny, but never again. Never again. Zcash, I love. Zcash is sitting at $500. There was a hack on Zcash a while ago, but they rebounded since then. And over the last 7 days, it's up 12%. Cardano is up to 19%. And Cardano is up 16% over the last week. So if you're looking for one of these guys to jump in long term, here's the 7-day performance. Unfortunately, because it's on Solana, Pump.Fund is number one in this category. Being up 30% the last 7 days, being up 11% the last 24 hours. So yeah, Pump.Fund may be a token that you can hold for long term. The tokens on Pump.Fund, yeah, I'm more skeptical of. But I can see this making its way to a penny. So if you're looking for X's, something that could, and currently it's only the market cap is 985 million. So not $1 billion market cap yet. 172 million over the last 24 hours. That's the volume. It's a contender. If you're looking for a blue chip that can get you 10x, 20x, I would say it may be Pump.Fund and Cardano. Cardano is sitting comfortably at 19 cents. What I don't like about Cardano is already worth 7 billion. Being worth 7 billion is a hurdle they have to get over. Athena, ENA, is sitting at 9 cents. Hasn't cracked $1 billion yet, so I would put them on your radar. Algorand has been on my radar for a long time. Algorand and XRP are both working on quantum proof solutions. So these are two blockchains that I respect highly, and I follow their work and try to incorporate some of the things that they're doing in some of our projects, because we're building for the future and for safety. So I love Algorand. Right now it's sitting at 9 cents. I think it's a buy at 9 cents. I think Zcash is a buy at 520. It's an easy buy for me. As a matter of fact, but its downside, it's already worth 8.7 billion. I think that will continue to increase. The reason why Zcash is one of our privacy tokens, and privacy tokens are going to win in the end. That's just my opinion. Come down here to Pi, and I can't believe the Pi network is now worth 8 cents. Wow. You live and you learn, right? Okay, FET, Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance, is sitting at 14 cents, up 9% over the last 7 days. I think they're a buy with the market cap at 328 million. I think it's a safe buy. INJ Injective, sitting at $4.94. Half a billion market cap. I mean, I've looked at this like a while ago and decided not to pick it up. Near Protocol I picked up a while ago. Now it's at 2.2 billion. I don't expect a whole lot of growth unless, they have more builders. Now, Pudgy Penguins, the old NFT project from over on Twitter, these guys have an active community. They're sitting at 386 million market cap. I do think that this project will reach 1 billion, possibly more. Now, if they can manage to have developers come in, and I think they started a program where they're backing some newer developers that would like to build on top of their platform. If they can pull this off, then they will leave from this area and they could possibly jump into the top 10. Like, I do believe it has one of the best chances of the coins that are in this 10 to 25 range. Like 25 goes all the way down to Arbitrum. I think that these tokens have a shot at surprising people with their valuation. I'm still a backer of Arbitrum, sitting at 8 cents with $500 million market cap. Avalanche, not so much. I'm not so much sold on Avalanche. I'm sold on it as a blockchain, a useful blockchain, as a way to get you 10x. Not so sold on it yet. Shiba Inu is already worth almost 3 billion. So take that with a grain of salt. Hyperliquid is already worth 14.5 billion. It's been a superstar for this year. Been carrying the banner for new blockchains. Tether Gold. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this reflects the price of gold. So there's that. WorldCoin is already at $1 billion, so not really my thing. Cosmos, I think Cosmos has room to grow, and Cosmos is attracting a lot of developers to launch on their platform. If things don't work out when we launch the wallet on XRP, then we are definitely coming to Cosmos to launch one of our applications. So keep Cosmos on your radar. It's at a comfortable price, $1.04. And like I said, the market cap is only 702 million. So you have room to grow. At number 18, we have Pax Gold. And yeah, I'm not invested in any of the gold Pax or Tether, any of those. I try my best to look at projects that have room to grow, and they've been here, they've been trading for a while. PancakeSwap's Cake, which is just one spot down from 25. Cake is at $1.41, and I remember at one point when I was trading Cake back in the day, Cake was like $24, and I was holding a lot of Cake, and I sat there and watched a lot of profit evaporate before I sold. But to see it stable at $1.41 is shocking to me because Cake was so powerful when it initially came out. Now, Meme Core, I think you had to be a little quicker to the draw on this guy, but it is a rising star, so I wouldn't write it off. It's already at 1.5 billion, but I definitely wouldn't write Meme Core off. Like I've written off Shiba Inu. Like I'm not buying Shiba Inu, not buying AVAX. Hyperliquid, I'll swing trade Hyperliquid like I will Solana, but other than that, not really interested. WorldCoin, pretty stable. Like I said, Cosmos, interested. I like Cosmos sitting at $1.34. Just JST valuation is around 856 million. That at 10 cents. I gotta give it the green light. BNB, I'm pretty much tapped out. I don't see myself adding more BNB than I already have. I created one of back in the day. Yeah, this might have been 10 years ago. I created one of the most successful BNB trading algorithms. For one of the apps in Google Play Store. So I've traded BNB for a long time. Don't have as much anymore because they make it so difficult to like move and trade and everything with BNB. So it just is what it is. Market making it more difficult for people. Now, Filecoin, I will say this. It was not was, but it is a great concept. They're sitting at 71 cents. Market cap is at 587 million. Now they're trending down. If you ask me, this project is not on an uptrend, but they're up 6% this week. So maybe they've had some news. I might stop by Telegram or Discord, speak to the developer. And if you understand how, you know, launches and everything works, then, and if you can get in contact with the developers of some of these projects, then by all means do, right? Because since we started doing security, I cannot tell you how shocked I've been at some of the responses from developers. Developers have blown my mind with some of their responses to my team, myself and my team, when we would point out security flaws that they had in their protocols. Now we usually get into that more so on Monday. Today we really deal with news for the whole market. But yeah, man, it's disappointing sometimes with these developers. But if you can get in touch with the developer, talk to a developer about his project, do it, man. Go into their Telegram, Discord, or Twitter, and actually just reach out to them. If they're truly concerned about the project, they'll have a conversation with you. All right, Pepe is sitting at 1.19 billion, and I traded Pepe for a couple of months, just to see what would happen. Swing traded the same way I do with Solana, you know, just to keep the lights on. Put a little trade in here or there, and it's up 6% this week, up 0.5% today, and I think it has room to grow because the community behind it is strong. So there's that. Pudgy Penguins, I already said that I like this project, and I'll probably buy more. I bought some a while ago. I'll probably buy more. Celestia is sitting at 309 million market cap, up 6.6 this week. Price sitting at 33.6%. And circulating supply is only 919 million. I like that. So that's on the radar. FET is on the radar. There are 2 billion FET, 329 million market cap. This, I think, FET and Pudgy Penguins, Algorand, and Pump.Fun. I think these projects are going to surprise people. This is not investment advice. This is just what I've noticed when I pull it up on my charts. The same way you see me do with Bitcoin and everything else. I use tools that we built to track these prices, track where it's going. And that's how I, you know, make my predictions or projections. A lot of it is just pattern recognition and then using tools that can help us gain a little bit more insight. Cardano being up 17% this week is insane, because Cardano is already valued at 6.9 billion. So they're moving. They're a blue chip, really old project. They are a mover. Athena is up 16% this week at 9 cents. I would say, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say that this top 5 are worth a shot. Zcash, because it's a staple. Anyone that loves to secure their crypto probably uses Zcash or Monero because they're privacy coins. And I'm always telling my subscribers and the people that come to this channel, listen, protect your money. Change your wallets up. Don't become stagnant and think that just because I have this wallet, just because I have this hot wallet, just because I have this cold wallet, that everything is safe and that my money can sit here forever. Do not take that approach. Please. I'm begging you. Do not take that approach. Take things as they come. Sometimes you may have to change up your wallet maybe once a month. Sometimes you may have to change up your wallet once a week. It depends on how active you are, the type of projects that you're getting into, the type of profit that wallet is making on a weekly basis. If you're running up big profits every week, people are going to follow and track your wallet. Trust me on that. And they will find ways to either try to gain your password, social engineer you, or whatever else they can. And I'm speaking from experience. Be careful, especially if you're doing crazy transactions and you're making profit, you're running up percentage points every week consistently. There are going to be people that are tracking your wallet and eventually tracking your every move. So I don't know. Maybe there's a benefit into once having everything and then having nothing, because you can sit back and you can look at everything. Like, I've made a lot of mistakes, and that hackers absolutely loved back in the day. But now that we're in security, yeah, I don't make so many mistakes anymore. We try to minimize that these days. We may have to move a little slower, but we're moving safer. So there's that. You're not gonna see every attack vector. Trust me on that. No matter how good you are, no matter who you are, you're not gonna see everything coming. That's why I work with a team of developers now. It's myself and my other 2 devs who have both have like 13, 14 years in crypto, and both are cybersecurity specialists. So that makes up our audit team. From Oracle audit, the audits that you see us do on some of the riskier projects. On the last stream, we had a project that was in the hundreds of thousands at launch. I don't even think it was a month old, but the security rating from our system was just red flags all over the place. Meaning the security was so weak in this contract to where I even felt bad putting it on a stream. But that's where developers have to take responsibility for what they've created. Man, you can't create a token that's a swinging gate and then put it out there. That puts your community at risk. And we're trying to do the exact opposite. Like, we're trying to build up a community where we're helping people and people appreciate that help. And yeah, we help each other out a little bit. All right. Y'all watch, and you watch, you share, you subscribe. We're going to put you on top of what's happening so that you don't have to be constantly locked in like we are. We're going to alert you of exploits that are out there, and we're going to tell you what you can do to avoid a lot of these things. If you stick to some of the projects that I pointed out earlier today, for For instance, I'm going out on a limb because I haven't researched this token and Pi. I never thought Pi would be here in the first place, right? But that's me having a bias because of things that I saw in Pi from the beginning. I never thought that they would reach this level, but prove me wrong. I believe that FET will do well. The Super Intelligence Alliance, I think it will do well. They're tapped into quite a few devs. Pudgy Penguins, they're on the radar. I think they're going to do well. Aptos, at one point, Aptos was making a really big push to bring in new devs. They created a grant program, if I'm not mistaken, for developers. I think I checked that out, maybe on their Twitter a while ago. But things are dying down over there. But they're up 6% on the week, up 2% over the last 24, up nearly 1% over the last hour. So don't sleep on Aptos. Aptos is an entire blockchain and it's sitting at 59 cents. One good rule of thumb that I'll put you guys on to: when you have an entire blockchain, not just a single solitary token, but when you have an entire blockchain and that chain is valued below $1, and one more thing, valued below $1, and they don't have more than 1 billion tokens in circulation, that's a win. So you can usually go into these tokens and get a profit pretty easily. That's what I think is going to happen with Aptos. There are going to be a few people that are just going to jump into it. Half a billion market cap, still enough room to run. I don't really feel that way about Hyperliquid because it's already valued at 57 and they're already at 14.49 billion. Right? So that's going to take a lot of capital to push them into the BNB stratosphere or XRP. Now, let's see who hasn't been impressive over the last week. Caspa, I remember this guy, down 5%. Stable is down 10%. Aave is at $90, down 8%. Okay, these aren't massive drops, and a lot of these drops can be explained. So yeah, there's that. Beat or Auderia is at $2.42, down 37% over the last 6 days at 802 million market cap. Don't know what this one is. Canton, Venice token, stable. Jupiter, this is a surprise. Seeing Jupiter on this list. Ethereum Classic. All right, those are our losers. Here are the winners. Uniswap at $4. Uni is one of the biggest exchanges for Ethereum tokens, base tokens. So you can count on them to be fairly stable. And here's one of the tokens that we've been tracking. Arrow. Arrow's doing well. We're tracking this from our Monday stream. Arrow's market cap is 410 million. They're an exchange mainly used by base projects. So you can look for them to grow. Let's see who else. Virtuals, another token that we were tracking from the last stream. Virtuals protocol. We're up. As a matter of fact, let's check over here on our DEX screener. And let's see. All right. So from ETH, DGen was going crazy just 2 days ago. Now it's down 81% over the last 24. Lil Uni is on a rip. It's up 88% in the last 88% over the last 24 hours. Look at that spike. Okay, Kate is down 37%. Kate over on Solana. Asteroid down 47% over the last 24 hours. These are newer tokens, and these numbers are, well, if you're not used to newer tokens, then the numbers are shocking. I'm used to them, so oh my goodness, Moolah is absolutely exploding. So we were tracking this guy for the last couple of weeks. Dropped all the way down to a penny, back up to almost 2 pennies. So looking really good, and it has a low supply, so keep your eye on that. Miro Shark, Apes Together is down 20. Deep Tide is up 7% over the last hour. SDR is down. Here's Arrow's up 3.9, we were just looking at. Virtuals is up 2%. We were looking at that one. And Moda is 1 cent, up slightly today. So I don't know, the market's looking pretty good, pretty healthy. Let's look at this list by market cap. King BTC is sitting at 1.29 trillion. And where we had our price point for today, we're almost there. ETH 228.8 billion. Tether is on a watch right now. We don't know what's gonna happen with Tether. Tether has people stalking it. I think that's gonna lead to a fight. I'm interested in how that's all gonna play out. XRP seems to be bouncing around between 105 and 107. There's that. Solana's bouncing around between 74 and $72. I think I was trading that, swing trading that like a couple of days ago. Hyperliquid is taking a step back since Robinhood Chain was launched. These guys. And they keep improving the Robinhood Chain Explorer, so look for better and better things out of Robinhood. They're working on it, but it's a brand new chain, so don't expect anything overnight. People are still building, which is what we're hoping to do over on XRP pretty soon. KuCoin token sitting at 57, 904 million market cap. Max supply 200. This is a buy. This is a buy off of the circulating supply and the max supply alone. And on top of that, we got an offer, and we got an offer. Yeah, we'll get into that later on a different stream. But anyway, we didn't accept it or anything, but I love the tokenomics of this. The maximum supply is 200 million. Price right now is at $6. Market cap is only 904 million. I can easily see KuCoin token reaching a couple of billion. So yeah, take a look at that. Maximum supply of 10 billion. Yikes. Meme core is not so attractive. Meme core has a maximum supply of 10 billion tokens. Circulating supply is only 1.3 billion. So be careful. There are still a lot of meme core tokens that are locked up. And of course, you know, they're going to take profit eventually. Now, Aster, let's see. Aster has 8 billion tokens. Their whole exchange. So, not too upset about that. That's expected. Worth 1.6 billion. Yeah, that's Aster might be overpriced right now. But that's my opinion. Sui. Now, at one point last year, Sui was amazing. Sui made a lot of people money last year. Sitting right now at 69 cents. It's taking a pretty harsh pullback. The max supply of Sui is 10 billion. Currently, 4 billion in circulation. So this will definitely sort itself out. Now, I want you to look at this. The max supply for Avalanche is 715 million tokens. About half of those tokens are already in circulation. Now, and we have a 2.8 billion market cap. Valuations $6.66. Weird number. Now we're going to compare that to token we were just looking at that had about the same amount of tokens. Yeah, now we're going to compare that with KuCoin, which is 200 million tokens, 137 million in circulation, 903 million market cap, priced at $6.58. That is a better buy than this is. Already at 2.8 billion. Basically 3 to 4x the token supply. Yeah, this is just a better buy on paper. KuCoin is a better buy on paper than Avalanche, even though they're basically at the same price. KuCoin has a lower cap, more room to grow. $200 million versus 700 million. And their circulating supply is 137 million. This is a much safer option than this is. But that's just, you know, what I've seen from being on chain and dissecting a lot of projects like this over the years. Tokens that explode, there's a reason why they explode. There's a reason why I knew that what was going to happen with SpaceX. And those unlocked dates are going to be a problem. They just are. Okay, here's a gem. Here's a gem for you. There are 21 million Bitcoin Cash, just like there are 21 million Bitcoin. And currently, Bitcoin Cash is at $214. 4.29 billion market cap. Even though that market cap is high as hell, I still think it's a buy because it's Bitcoin Cash. It's baby Bitcoin, basically. I still think that puts it in buy territory. I think it has a ways to go. This Canton token is tanking with a 4.1 billion cap, and circulating supply is 36 billion. Yikes. And no max supply. Oof. This would be something I would definitely put a red flag on if I were sitting down, you know, with this list of tokens, trying to determine which one that we're going to invest in today. Yeah, that would be a serious red flag for me. But that's going to do it for CoinMarketCap. Maybe now you guys see how to evaluate some of the tokens you come across. Find out whether you should get into them or not. And this isn't a deep dive into any of these projects, but it is safe enough dive so that you can judge which is the best decision on paper, not just hype. Here's the daddy. Bitcoin King BTC, 21 million circulating supply. 21 million max supply, 20 million circulating supply, 24-hour volume, 23.5 billion. Market cap, 1.29 trillion. And BTC for me is always a buy. Always. Never buy at top, but it's always a buy. But that's going to do it for me for this stream, guys. We got our XRP prediction, which I don't necessarily agree with. By the end of 2026, I don't see it. Unless there's an influx of developers like me that are just going to launch a bunch of tokens. Not tokens, but launch a bunch of applications and protocols on top of XRP. Then maybe. But currently, not really. So that's what we have to look forward to. We covered strategy. Yeah, man, that's gonna do it for this one. I appreciate y'all coming by the stream. I appreciate y'all being patient, joining the Monday stream, joining the Wednesday stream. We're working our way up to streaming 7 days a week. So hope you're here for it, man. Gonna try to continue to share everything with you and keep you safe. And if you have any contracts that you may have questions over, you may be concerned about if this is safe or not, drop that in the comments and get in touch with us, and we'll let you know what's going on. So, gonna do it for me for this one. Like the video, share the video with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and we out. Oh yeah, in the comments on our other videos, let us know the feedback on our new memes. Alright, so check out some of the other videos around the channel. Look around, kick your shoes off. Alright, till the next one. I'm out.